Good morning, guys. I'm ready. I'm ready. All right. I need this to happen. Good morning, everybody, and hello there, Chesnikov and an Intangible. I know. Come on, be good, right? Come on, servers. An Intangible. I think that I will also be. It's smart to start with a sorceress. I didn't want to start with a sorceress like everyone else, but I think it's probably the best idea. Because if I end up playing this a lot, I'm gonna need one. And if I decide to go with something else, Magic Find related later, I mean, I'll have the stuff. So that's kind of where I'm at. I'm gonna try a Blizzard sorceress, see how it goes. And I do want to link something here that I found last night that I think you guys might appreciate. As far as this guide, I looked at a few last night, and that guide, just for a general guide, is absolutely amazing. Good morning, TB Chaos. How are you, man? And I moved my camera a little bit because honestly, I didn't want you guys seeing a whole lot of my left side. Because it's mangled, man, from the poison ivy. It's terrible looking. So. And dude, it's super solid Intangible. It's kind of like the one you sent, but it's just, I think, a little bit cleaner. Found it randomly and hidden away in Reddit somewhere. My screen is not right. Uh-oh. I need to fix that. Fix that real quick. Dude, poison ivy, like, guys, I'll just show you real quick. And I mean, it's not like the most terrible thing, but look at that. Look how bad that is on my ear. Like, God, dude, it's terrible. It's terrible. It sucks. Like, it hurts. I couldn't sleep, man. I can't sleep with it like that. So, and I was too excited about the darn game. If I'm being completely honest, I was way too excited. So I couldn't sleep, and I'm feeling energized though. I'm feeling energized because I'm ready for this darn game, man. Yeah, that's what I've been dealing with the last few days. So like, whenever you guys are here and I'm quiet, it's because it was bothering me the whole time, and so I sprayed some like pain stuff on it today. It feels pretty good, man. I don't know. Where's this game at right now? Do I need to reload this? Do I need to reopen this? Is that what's going on? I need this in my life right now. I need it. I need some looting. Take my mind off everything else. Oh, is this it? Is this it? I'm playing it. Here it is. Ooh, boy. I'm ready. Let's go. I shouldn't have skipped that. I'm too anxious. See you in a couple hours, Intangible. Hopefully we can get our spam on, our Blizzard spam. Have fun, man. We'll see you soon. Okay, so TB Chaos. This is a complete like remake, remaster of Diablo 2. Diablo 2 is not new, but this is Diablo 2 with a fresh coat of paint. Yeah, TB Chaos, and it's on everything. Oh. all new cinematics do, in case you guys didn't know. Let me turn it up for you guys a little bit.
So, Marius, at last I find you.
Tyrael. Yes, now I recognize you. I should have known you'd travel in disguise. They're always watching.
I've been searching for you for a long time, Marius. I was rather beginning to think you didn't want to be found.
Oh, forgive me, Tyrael, please. It wasn't my fault.
Not your fault. Tell me, Marius, how was it not your fault?
The Wanderer. Yes, it was the Wanderer. My days in the Rogue Citadel seemed so long ago. I sought refuge from my memories in the company of other outcasts, high in the mountains past the Eastern Gate. Days at a time. For when I dreamt, the memories would return. Memories of the monastery and the evil which had claimed it. Dreams, memories. I couldn't tell the difference anymore. From my dreams, followed me at my heels. How had he found me here? How could this broken shell of a man, barely able to carry the weight of his own sword, be the burning terror which drove me to hide here? He seemed to have demons of his own. He struggled to contain. And he was losing. As I watched, I became convinced that I was truly mad. The terror, the destruction, the evil I witnessed. How else could I explain them? Were these the demons from my dream, or were they born within the Wanderer? things happen as they do in dreams. All I know is that when he beckoned, I had to follow him. From that moment, we traveled together east, always into the east.
That was great stuff. Okay, so connecting to BattleNet. Okay, so cool. Okay, skip. Okay, let's look at some options really quick because, well, it says that it's all the way up, so hopefully you guys can hear it fine. I'm gonna make it a little bit brighter. That video was a little bit dark for me. Oh, now the music's loud. That cutscene was just quiet. Turn that down a little bit. Okay, there we go. Okay, we're gonna start out online just because we're doing it. I wasn't gonna create a sorceress. I wasn't gonna create a sorceress originally as my first, but honestly, teleport's OP. So, yeah. I don't have. I'm not gonna have very original names, so. It looks good, though. Oh, yeah, TV Chaos. Yo, you're getting the nostalgia feeling. Yeah, buddy. Dude, look how good it looks, though. Look how good it looks. Look at that. Look at that. And you want to see something cool? Check this out. Boom. That's how it really is. That's the background. It's literally the same game with a fresh coat of paint. Boom. Boom. Cool, huh?
Greetings, stranger. I'm not surprised to see your kind here. Many adventurers have traveled this way since the recent troubles began. No doubt you've heard about the tragedy that befell the town of Tristram. Some say that Diablo, the Lord of Terror, walks the world again. I don't know if I believe that, but a dark wanderer did travel this route a few weeks ago. He was headed east to the mountain pass guarded by the rogue monastery. Maybe it's nothing, but evil seems to have trailed in his wake. You see, shortly after the wanderer went through, the monastery's gates to the pass were closed, and strange creatures began ravaging the countryside. Until it's safer outside the camp and the gates are reopened, I'll remain here with my caravan. I hope to leave for Lutgulain before the shadow that fell over Tristram consumes us all. If you're still alive, then I'll take you along. You should talk to Akara, too. She seems to be the leader of this camp. Maybe she can tell you more.
Getting all my stuff set up on the side here so I know what I'm doing. Okay. I roughly know what I'm doing, but people have been playing this game a lot over the last, like, 20 years. 15 years, I don't know.
To see more of your kind at work in the world these dark days. In my opinion, the world needs more women to fight against the Great Shadow. But I am forgetting my manners. I am Akara, High Priestess of the Sisterhood of the Sightless Eye. I welcome you, traveler, to our camp, but I'm afraid I can offer you but poor shelter within these rickety walls. You see, our ancient sisterhood has fallen under a strange curse. The mighty citadel, from which we have guarded the gates to the east for generations, has been corrupted by the evil demoness Andariel.
Yeah, I'll turn it up a little bit right after this.
She turned many of our sister rogues against us and drove us from our ancestral home. Now the last defenders of the Sisterhood are either dead or scattered throughout the wilderness. I implore you, stranger, please help us. Find a way to lift this terrible curse, and we will pledge our loyalty to you for all time. There is a place of great evil in the wilderness. Kasha's rogue scouts have informed me that a cave nearby is filled with shadowy creatures and horrors from beyond the grave. I fear that these creatures are massing for an attack against our encampment. If you are sincere about helping us, find the Dark Labyrinth and destroy the foul beasts. May the Great Eye watch over you.
Alright, yeah, I'll turn it up a little bit for you guys. You know what, I'll just turn it up. Music I'll leave a little bit down. And we'll just have to go by ear as we go through the game. Okay, so off we go. And see, I normally never play a caster starting out, but I do realize now that it's a better choice. Like,
Evil beware.
Efficiently. And one thing that they've nailed in this game is the freaking lighting, man. In the remake, it's so good. The spells look fantastic. And quality of life is they added a auto gold pickup whenever you run over it.
This place is trouble.
They added a few quality of life things, but they tried to keep the base game how it was. Oop.
Not enough mana.
Yeah, I'm so used to playing a like melee character starting out, or a summoner like a necromancer. So like this starting out as a sorceress is really weird for me. But I can't deny that teleport is OP. Teleport is just way too quality of life for me not to start with it. Okay, so I'm trying to understand what exactly I need to do right away. Huh, I guess I just like kind of... Oh, wow, okay. Oh, I love how they put the resistances down here. I don't know if that's how that looked before. There's an... Oh, okay, there's the advanced stats. I'll just dump some into Vitality for now. Because there's... I need to do some control remapping really quick. There we go. That's a little bit better. It's easier for me to reach. Oh, it's so nice, the spells.
I need mana. Not enough mana.
I need to find some mana potions. Okay, so I want to do... Where is it? Okay, that's better. All right, Chesnikov. Hey, man, you have a wonderful night. Thanks for stopping by and chatting with us for a second, checking out a little bit of this. We will see you tomorrow. Okay, so the general idea is, I guess I'm gonna end up as a Blizzard sorceress. Because it's just that good. I used to go, like, back in the day, I used to roll with Frozen Orb instead, but, oh, I need a little bit of strength. I need to remember that. Alright, TB. Thanks for that lurk, man. We'll see you back in a little bit. But I guess we'll end up being Blizzard. I guess that after they added synergies to the game, Frozen Orb became a lot less effective late game. But up until we get to that point, we're going to be using, I guess, mainly Charged Bolt.
Not enough mana.
Okay, let's use Firebolt for this guy. Charge Bolt's weird, it's hard to aim. And we're apparently, back in the day whenever I was younger, I just did not have any idea of what to do with characters. Apparently, you're supposed to just have the bare minimum for gear and then just like pump vitality. I mean, I did fine. I was able to make it through hell, beat hell, farm, whatever, but apparently I could have been doing a lot better. Like, a lot better.
I need mana. Not enough mana.
and I've learned a lot of things about hit recovery and how things work, like attack speed. Apparently, a lot of like something will say a percentage, but it's more of a rough guideline for like you got to hit a certain percentage before it even does anything, which is crazy for like cast speed and stuff. Good morning, Misha. How are you? Good morning. So I've learned a lot over the last few days that I didn't know whenever I was a kid, and I'm really hoping that that helps me do better and quicker in this game. Still waking up? We'll get to waking up, buddy.
Not enough mana.
Ooh. Oh no. Oh wait, there they are. Hopefully this is the last two. Come here, come here. Yeah, okay.
This cave has been purged of evil.
We're just gonna walk back to town, since we're like right there.
You have clipped.
I didn't mean to skip that. She said you have cleansed the den of evil, and thank you. Here, you know what? Let's just.
You have
There we
cleansed
go.
the den of evil. You've earned my trust, and may yet restore my faith in humanity. The reward is training in the skill of your choice.
There we go. Yeah, simple quest dialogue. I'm glad we can replay it though, because I didn't mean to skip it.
Welcome, Outlander, to our glorious hovel. I know you're here to challenge the evil that's driven us from our ancestral home. But know this. Akara may be our spiritual leader, but I command the rogues in battle. It will take more than just killing a few beasts in the wilderness to earn my trust. My rogue scouts have just reported an abomination in the monastery graveyard. Apparently, Andariel is not content to take only our living. Bloodraven, one of our finest captains in the battle against Diablo at Tristram, was also one of the first to be corrupted by Andariel. Now you'll find her in the monastery graveyard, raising our dead as zombies. We cannot abide this defilement. If you are truly our ally, you will help us destroy her.
Fantastic. I can do that. And you never got into this series, Misha? Oh, man. I would tell you what you were missing, but there's like... I don't know. It just... Dude, it's just good. I don't... I wish I could, like, explain it further. Diablo 2 is like the beginning of... Not necessarily... It wasn't the first thing, but it was like the best looter... Like, they just have the best overall loot mechanics that I've ever seen in a game. Like, just their loop that they created in this game is just so darn good. And it feels so rewarding. The characters are great, the spells are great, the remake here, it's done a lot for it too. I should have sold while I was in town, but I'll wait until I get the waypoint. Well, but the thing is that Diablo 2 has always been my, like, gold standard for a looter. Like, always. So being able to play it again makes me really happy. And actually, I can put myself in the bottom right. And that's funny. The queue is up. When did I turn that on? Oh, that's why. There we go. In this game, does Vitality also increase stamina? It does, okay. Okay, I'm still in the Bloodmore. We can keep going. Awkward Panda, sup? How you doing? Thinking about buying this? Oh, I can only say that you will get your playtime out of it, and it's a phenomenal game. They've done a great job of remaking it.
I can't carry
Absolutely great job. Or just remastering it, really, I guess. Oh, whoops. 1 to 5. I don't have enough gold for that. Oh, you grew up playing Lord of Destruction as a kid? So did I. And let me tell you, it feels nice. The nostalgia itch is it's getting itched real nice. Oh, heck yeah. That's a nice... Oh, man. Huh. That's actually pretty good. Oh, well, I'm tossing it for the money. We need to buy a belt, like, before we leave here. Yeah, it's amazing. You get the full game. You get all the way up through Lord of Destruction with it. So, you'll definitely get what you pay for. You'll get your assassin and your druid that you got out of Lord of Destruction. You'll be able to go kill Baal. Oh, I don't even know how to express like how much of my childhood this game was. Like,
Hi there. I'm
too good,
Chelsea,
man.
the blacksmith here in camp. It's good to see some strong adventurers around here. Many of our sisters fought bravely against Diablo when he first attacked the town of Tristram. They came back to us true veterans, bearing some really powerful items. Seems like their victory was short-lived, though. Most of them are now corrupted by Andariel.
100% of your childhood, this and Jedi Knight Outcast 2, nice. Hey, man, this sounds like a pretty good childhood. Oh, yeah, we need to buy a belt. That's why we went up there. Like, I'm so incredibly stoked for this game.
Yes.
The whole reason I love ARPGs is because of this game. Like, it doesn't get any better. Let's go with faster hit recovery because I have garbage hit recovery. So, some advice for anyone who plays this game: if you're starting with a character, and thank you so much for following Awkward Panda. Welcome to the Warband. We're so glad to have you here. Okay, so I found this little tidbit out. If your character starts with a shield, immediately throw it out. Yeah, it's not going to do you any good. And it has to do with hit recovery. Yes. So, hit recovery and block hit. Like, okay, so hit recovery and block recovery are two different things. And most characters don't start with a good hit recovery from blocking. Or a good block recovery. So, whenever you get hit, you have to go through a block animation and a hit recovery animation if they do enough of your health and damage. So I found that out just recently, man. Been doing my research. So at level 1, toss them out. Until you can get some better stats. Something with better block and stuff like that. Block recovery and all that jazz. Or just hit recovery in general. Okay, so I don't need... Yeah, pick it up later. And it depends on which character, like... I'm gonna be linking this a lot. Just because it has all the good information in a good place that you can find. And it will give information down at the bottom. It'll tell you how much percentage of one thing you need in order for it to make a difference. Because in most games nowadays, 10% will increase, like 10% increased cast speed, you will cast 10% faster. But since this game is a pretty coding over an old one, there's actually only 25 frames per second. Okay? It's complicated. But there's only 25 frames per second, so you need a certain percentage before it will matter, before it'll actually show. So, like, if you're looking at a piece of gear and you're like, oh, but it has 10% increased attack speed, look at the guide and be like, will 10% even help? And if it doesn't, then save it until later. It was so complicated. I was learning that last night. I was learning all about it. I was like, man, this is more that kid me knew. Period. Like, period. So I obviously did not know what was happening back then. You know, I thought 10% increased cast speed. Yeah, you know, that's what I was thinking. You know, every little bit counts. Yeah, and so like, there's like thresholds. Since the game's not 60 frames per second, you know, there's a lot less frames that they can increase the cast speed actually with visually. So in order to make it visually cast faster and actually cast faster, you got to hit certain thresholds before it counts. Oh, and Awkward Panda, check this out, man. Check this out. I'm going to show this to people all day because I think it's so cool. Boom, the original game. They literally just put a fresh coat of paint over it.
Not enough mana.
It's literally a fresh coat of paint. Like, they did not change the base game. And that's why we're still talking about 25 frames per second, not 60. Because they didn't change the game. This is the game you remember, except looks, sounds, feels a lot better. This fight's gonna be tough. There's that hit recovery. So, something about hit recovery is that if they hit you in the middle of your animation, if you ever do a spell and it doesn't hit someone, that's because you're in the middle of a hit animation. You're in the middle of an animation while you're trying to cast of recovering. So if you ever wondered why you were casting spells and they weren't hitting, it's hit recovery. You needed more hit recovery. Gosh dang it. Yeah, my Amazon, I usually run Amazon or like Barbarian or Paladin or something. But I understand the value of teleport later. Oh, this is gonna suck. And that's the only reason I'm starting with this character. Oh no. Oh no, oh no, oh no. Yep, not ready for this. Not ready. I'll be back, lady. I'll be back. I'm so used to smoking her because I'm not reliant on my... I'm you know... I'm a completely different character. I just usually run up to her and smack her or shoot pew her with a bow. So this is a new experience for me. Okay, that'll do it. You're starting now? Nice!
Join my army of the dead.
I need mana.
And if there's anyone who wants to join me on my journey, you're more than welcome, guys. I am playing in multiplayer starting out, which is weird for me, but I just figured if there's anyone who wanted travel companions, I totally get it. I also get if you don't feel like sharing your loot. I also get that feeling. I'm not going to really worry about that stuff too much until later.
Rest now, Blood Raven.
Oh, that looks cool.
I can hardly believe that you've defeated Bloodraven. Though she was once my closest friend, I pray that her tortured spirit remains banished forever. You have earned my respect, stranger, and the allegiance of the rogues. I have placed several of my best warriors at your disposal.
Okay, cool. We got our first mercenary. Let's go ahead and throw her this bow I picked up.
To good use. It is clear.
Wait, there's got to be... Oh, right click to buy. Okay, of course. The game's being funky right now.